Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this. This is your weekly WWE Monday Night Raw review. I'm your host, LK. I'm joined by my partner in crime, Sammy Sinister. How are you doing today, partner?
I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm a bit good. Apologies for my lack of attendance during the Clash of Champions review. I hope you all had a good time and enjoyed Sammy's show. If you haven't watched it yet, go back and watch it. I was asleep by 3 a.m. That meaning when Charlotte made her entrance, my eyes were so far back beyond my eyeballs. They were so far back I could actually see my brain. But thoughts on Monday Night Raw. So, instead of truth.
Let's get into it.
Let's get into it, okay? Because it's a late night here and it's a late night over there. So let's get into this. Instant Infantry, I want to hear from you. Do you give this show a win? Do you give this show a loss? Do you give yourself a tie? What do you first do, Sammy, give this show? Do you give the show a win, loss, or tie?
Tie?
Dude,
We'll go with tie.
I would not be shocked if this is one of the mixed bag ones. I could see people giving this a win. I could see people giving this a loss. And I could see people giving it a tie.
Yeah.
I think...
No, I'm probably just going to still give it a tie because there's some things that I really, really liked. And I had to go back and watch some other stuff that happened early in the match because LK knows I missed the first little bit because I had to run out and grab some stuff and then came back. And, of course, apparently I missed one of the best matches of the night. But just – and we'll get into it. But that fucking closing segment was garbage. But we'll save that for later. So what about you? What do you give it?
I'm gonna go tie also. I think there was things like you said, there was stuff that was good, there was stuff that's bad. So just go for a tie. You know, it wasn't shocking,
Yeah.
It wasn't insulting, but it was kind of insulting towards the end. But we'll get straight to it. So we kick off with a wrestling match. Ladies and gentlemen, we kick off Raw with a wrestling match. Write the date down, the 26th of September 2016. A wrestling show started off with a wrestling match. Unbelievable. Who would have thought that? So we have Roman Reigns defending his newly won United States title against Rusev. I mean, this is Rusev's rematch. They went through 2 commercial breaks. Okay, this is an okay match. It went 27, 28 minutes is what I had on my watch. Well, not my actual watch, it's what I had on my phone.
That including break or including...
It
has to include break.
That's including the commercials because the match started at 2 minutes past. 2 minutes past it started, and at half past is when it's finished.
Wow.
So it did feel long. So it's a pay-per-view caliber match. And to me, this was what this show is about. We have to kill time with using as less talent as we possibly can. That's what this show felt like to me. Okay, we have a 3-hour show. Let's try and fill it with as least and little big stars as we possibly can, wrestling-wise.
Yeah, no, I can totally see that. And the problem that I had over here in the States, at least, is that like I'm trying to watch wrestling, and so and then they're just throwing talent everywhere, and they're just trying to use as less talent as they can. And there's a bunch of people absent from the show that probably shouldn't have been absent from the show, and the debate's going on tonight. So like my phone was going off the hook from the debate, and so it was really hard to focus on that regard. So and they didn't do anything. I mean, mind you, it's politics. It shouldn't take away from that, but it probably should. They should have done something to make like, hey, watch wrestling instead of this shit tier debate because this is going to be fucking garbage.
I'll be shocked if this gets above a 2.5 million viewership. I'll be completely shocked because that debate was all over. I'm English and that was all on my Twitter. Like it was trending. Dude, I just, with the match, just to go back, so because obviously I'm English and not everyone's American, so we don't understand the debate. And I think the debate's going to actually affect us here on the viewership as well. I do believe it will hurt us because not everyone's watched Raw yet, so I think it will actually hurt us viewership-wise, at least for the live viewing anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But this match itself, it was an okay match. I'd suggest watch the last 5 minutes if you have to. If not, try not to watch it. It ended with a double count-out. So you invest 30 minutes of your show, 30 minutes of your life, you invest in it, and it's worthless. It's pointless because it ends with double count. You could have done that in 5 minutes. Okay, you could have been brawl, double count out. Okay, everyone goes home happy. The issue I had is that was 30 minutes build to the main spot, the finish of the match, and it was a double count out. And they need to stop doing this. They did it at the night before, 24 hours prior last night, Clash of Champions with Cesaro and Sheamus. Great match, by the way, match of the night. 4.5 star. I wish I could have praised that last night on the show. That's one of my regrets. And I woke up, I was like, damn, I wish I could have praised that match. But I was a big fan of that match. And I just don't like, if you're going to do this, if you have to do it quick. Do it quick. Do it brutally. Just get it out. Okay, do 5-minute match. If you really can't afford, and even better than that, if you can't afford either one of those men to take a loss, don't make the match.
Two things that I'm gonna agree with you on. Is gonna go about them different ways. If you're gonna do a double count out like that, unlike and again, I thought this was a decent match. It wasn't bad. It was just kind of a classic work a body part kind of match. Clearly, they were working on Roman's back and stuff. But if you're gonna do that and you're gonna go into a double count out, don't have it turn into a double count out where it's just a brawl. Have them beat the holy hell out of each other. So it's such a believable idea. So last night, if there is a double count out, it's because neither man can move. I would prefer that. Or even better, and I wish WWE would do this, bring back time limits.
Yeah, that would be an easy solution for all these problems of wanting to protect talent. It would be very simple. But that makes it feel more like a legit sport, and we know Vinnie Mac, the old toilet, doesn't like that.
Yeah, I can't stand it.
I mean, I can picture Vince cringing every time they have a handshake before or during a cruiserweight match, like, Vince, look away, look away, look away. Then we have one of the longest story game advertisements I think I've ever seen in my life. It went 1 minute and 27 seconds.
Jesus.
Okay, it was that 2K17 commercial. It was a very well done. It was well done. It was a very well done video. It just went a minute, because I actually looked on the WWE YouTube channel to see how long that video was, because I thought either that was long or I fell asleep. And it was actually 1 minute and 27 seconds, and it was so long I wrote it down. I was shocked. It was a well put together package, mind you. It's just, damn, that's long to advertise a video game, considering there was no actual gameplay on the fucking trailer. How about this? When FIFA 17, which I've pre-ordered, will come on Thursday. Woohoo.
We're Americans. We don't know anything about that there hoobity-doobity British plop stuff. We don't know what the hell that is. You're with your feetsy balls and your tea and your crumpets. Sorry, I just throw that out there real quick.
So I got FIFA coming. Okay, and the trailer for that it's gameplay. It's gameplay, how it's improved, why you should buy it. This trailer was like a movie trailer. There was nothing about the game. Like, if you didn't know that was, the gimmick, Brock Lesnar's gimmick, you wouldn't know that was the game. Like, that was a really poor advertisement for the game.
It's a very American advertisement. That's a lot of what a lot of our trailers kind of look like over here. Is you see very little of what the game is, and they showed you a bunch of pomp and circumstance and fluff and filler, but it's just kind of what sells over here.
Well, I guess as long as it does the trick over there, that's all that matters, I guess. So we have GM Mick Foley. He comes out to talk about, as we said, Cesaro and Sheamus at Clash of Champions the night before. Sheamus and Cesaro come out. I like how they're all bandaged up. That does make me happy. Cesaro and Sheamus bicker for a few minutes until Foley says they will both basically deserve a title match. So they're going to get it, and it's going to be for the tag belts.
So I'm going to give LK the most obscure storyline booking decision that actually came true award of the year. Because that was obscure as shit. And even though I thought it was cool, it's like, they're not going to fucking do that. And well, goddamn, I was wrong. So LK, you get an award, good sir.
Dude, they owe me money now, so they stole my idea. They stole my idea. I want money. I want money.
They watched our preview show, and they're like, that fucker's got the right idea. We got to steal it.
Who's this kid? Is he with that stupid idiot Dave Koco? I hate that piece of shit.
That son of a bitch.
He always fucking bashes Raw. Right, so that happened. We'll move on to that because I think we'll talk about that more during the actual tag match itself because I don't want to get too into it too quick. So the Raw tag title match, which you did not see, it was the New Day defending against Anderson and Gallows in an okay match. The story of the match, to be perfectly honest, was the ending where Kofi Kingston was a bloody mess after
That's the only part I saw. Like, I kind of fast forwarded to catch up a little bit, and I saw him just fucking what popped him open.
It was nasty. Big E did hit his vintage stupid dive through the second and third rope, which I swear, literally, that will be how Big E dies. TV. He will die. Like, I bet money on he will die on live TV doing that spot or on a house show. It's insane. It's how do you land safely? You land on your head or you land nowhere.
Yeah,
it's just
pretty horrifying.
It was an okay match. There was some good. There was a great near fall where Anthony Gaz hit the Magic Killer for 2. I thought that was a really good near fall. But Kofi got the win. Enjoyable match. Probably match of the night.
So if you're the club, do you, when the Revival makes it up to the main roster, do you just quit?
Yeah, I mean, we don't. I mean, I wonder how long of a contract have they got signed? Because if I'm them, I'm fucking calling up the owner of New Japan Pro Wrestling and saying, "Hey, look, is there a spot left for my job?"
Yeah, can I come get you back in the Bullet Club again? And I really like them. I actually think their work's great. I think fucking Anderson's one of the best fucking sellers in the business right now. And a lot of people really hate on Luke Gallows or Doc Gallows, but I think he's better than people give a credit for. And their chemistry together is great. But for some reason, WWE is just not going to fucking do it.
I think that in their eyes, they think that they're over to the point with the internet that so that they don't have to win matches a lot, which is completely the wrong way of looking at it. But maybe that's, playing a bit of devil's advocate there. Maybe that's the way their brain's working is that, hey, look, they're indie guys. It's like Sami Zayn. They're indie guys. They're going to be over no matter what. They're going to get a big pop when they come out no matter what. But when it actually comes to writing a story and, the way the story's structured, that's a shitty way of writing. And Sami Zayn losing at Clash of Champions, by the way, made no logical sense in any way, shape or form. And I wish I could have lost. I would have lost it if I was on there last night.
I ranted and raved about it a good chunk. I was extremely unhappy, and it made no sense that he lost.
He wasn't even on this show. That's how much it did for him. It was that bad of a loss that they couldn't put him on because there's nothing for him to do now. He lost. He can't come out and say, "Look, I beat Chris Jericho. Now I want maybe a title match. I want to challenge someone." It wasn't. He lost. He's a loser. They got to, think of something else for him. We're backstage. Sheamus and Cesaro in the locker room. Mick Foley basically explains that basically he actually said something really smart. He said, "We can't do a 8th match because you two will beat the shit out of each other so bad that neither man will be able to move, which means I lose both of you. And as a businessman, I can't have that." And that actually made sense to me, so I'll let them off for that. They were taking the story and thinking, okay, why didn't they do an 8th match? And they scrubbed that option out, which means you have to do tag belts, which I liked. And I loved how passionate he was.
Yeah, I thought that was a really, really smart decision.
I don't mean smart decision about making it a tag. I mean the fact that they actually told the story in detail.
Yeah. No, I'm agreeing with that. I think that was, if that was the story you decided you want to tell, that was a really smart way of making that story make sense.
Yeah, I agree. I completely agree. Then we had Bayley versus Anna Fields, I think her name was. And I think every now and then it would be good for, especially a wrestler like Bayley, who was just in the middle of a high-profile women's title match, who she lost. She got pinned clean. That she goes back down. She lost a big pay-per-view match. And you know what? Straight off the bat, it's not all boom, straight to another program. It's, okay, look, we're going to get you a win on TV, and then we're going to see where we go from there. I think lots of wrestlers would help from that. Just after a big loss, instead of, going, I want a rematch. You have a win, and then see where you can go from there. Because it kind of, that win from Bayley eliminates her in viewers' eyes of her involvement in the Charlotte and Sasha Banks feud. So that's now separate to what Bayley's about to go and do, which I'm expecting is Nia Jax. Yeah,
we're probably going to get Nia Jax Bayley Part 3.
No problem with that for me. I mean,
I'll take
it. Worse. But thoughts on, obviously I wasn't on with you last night in the Clash of Champs review.
Mm-hmm.
Did you like Alicia Fox versus I'm Not Like Most Girls?
I did not get to see it. I missed the pre-show because I was at work.
Oh, okay. Well, it wasn't very good. Yeah, Bayley wins then after she puts over Sasha Banks and Charlotte and says she won't stop until she's hugging the women's championship, which is all nice and well and dandy. What isn't nice and dandy was Stephanie and Mick in the office, Mick Foley being. Foley says, I'm torn because I thought the delivery was fucking magnificent. So Foley's basically saying, look, you made me look like a fucking idiot when you left with H and how's the show going? And Stephanie's like, who the fuck do you think you're talking to? You're my little bitch who just goes and makes the matches. It's none of your business who I'm talking to, and saying that he needs to be more businessman. And I liked it. Foley apologized. I like this. I think Steph, as much shit as we give her for an on-air personality, as much shit as we do like to give her, I think she exceeds in the role of being a cunt.
Oh, absolutely.
She is absolutely magnificent. I reckon her own daughters and sons look at that and think, what a cunt. Like, just for that seconds where she's watching that. And she's so believable. It's absolutely magnificent. Even though the content that she delivered didn't particularly make sense. Like, yeah, we saw you leave in the limo with H. Yeah, of course, you're doing it together. But, I mean, it was all kerfuffle because that happened on WWE.com. So if people didn't see it on WWE.com, then they didn't know what was going on. It was all a bit of a kerfuffle. But the delivery from both Foley and Stephanie was magnificent. So I think that the storyline for Bryan and Shane is much better than the storyline for Stephanie and Foley, but the delivery from Stephanie and Foley is 100% better than Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon.
Oh yeah, I won't argue with that at all because whenever Foley's out there, I feel like he's the general manager of Raw. Whenever Daniel Bryan's out there, I feel like it's okay, guys, here's Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, I think it helps that we've had previous experiences with Foley as like a commissioner in the past. I think that helps a little bit. We move on to our first cruiserweight match of the night. It was good having two. Obviously, we did. I think this was, hey, look, let's give these guys some of the fucking nights off because there was hardly any main roster guys. Maybe they knew that the debate was going to fuck them hard in the ratings, so they're like, you know what, we'll just save all the big guns.
It's not at all. That's a grand possibility.
I do like the purple shit.
I do too. I really dig it. Like there was somebody else that said that they don't need to do the purple, or they don't need to do all that because it makes it look like you're watching a different show, and you need to make your cruiserweights part of the Raw show. And I 100% disagree with that because I think if you make it look different and feel different, then that's going to keep your cruiserweights separate from your heavyweights. So your heavyweights aren't getting involved in your cruiserweights aren't getting involved in your heavyweights. They're two contained stories and two contained identities within your Raw brand. And I think it's really smart to do that. Plus, purple's my favorite color, which just helps.
I just like the look. It feels different. If you look at that and you'll catch your eye, like, oh, what's that purple? Oh, what are they flipping and flopping and flying around for? Okay, I might stick and watch this. Alexander is officially my favorite professional wrestler currently working in the world right now.
He's so fucking good.
He right now just hung up his wrestling boots. He's now officially retired. He doesn't need any championships, any recognition. He doesn't need the Hall of Fame. He's got my approval. Magnificent. He hit one of the dirtiest lung bar checks I've ever seen in my whole entire life. Lindsay Dorado has probably got an ice pack on his neck still right now. Poor man.
It was intense. I saw Lindsay Dorado at SmackDown lose to Rich Swann. So Rich Swann has beaten him 3 times now.
Shit. It was a good match. So Swann did get the win with the spin kick and the bridged roll-up. And Michael Cole calling Drew Gulak really made me chuckle every time. It's Gulak. Oh, my God, dude. You have no idea who he is, do you? You poor man. Oh. Well, then we had Cesaro and Sheamus versus 2 local talents. We don't really get names. Story of this one was bickering, will they get along, blah, blah, blah. Sheamus hit bro kick on both of them, and then Cesaro was the legal one, so he did the pin. It was okay. I mean, it sets up the story for the future, which is will they work together? I don't know if they're going to win the belts or not, because
I could see it, because I kind of see them doing another rehash of Team Hell No, which I wasn't the biggest fan of Team Hell No, but I think that there's more in common between Sheamus and Cesaro to where their differences would make them just physically more compatible. Does that make any sense? Like, there was such a difference between Daniel Bryan and Kane that you're like, okay, whatever. Kane could fucking kill Daniel Bryan if he needed to. But between these two, it's like, okay, they're both brawlers. They're both European, which I do think helps. They're both really talented. They're both hard-hitting. They're both stubborn. They're both going to fight to the bitter end. They just don't like each other. So I think this did a pretty good job of setting up that story. I have a good chance. There's a good chance they could win.
Yeah, but the thing is though, when they make them stories, they do them for future breakups. That means if we do get a future breakup down the line, that means that'll be match 8. So why don't we just do match 8?
Yeah. No,
That's the issue, because that's literally what I said. If you guys remember on the prediction show, I said, look, you can do the tag, but it's going to lead to a breakup, which is going to lead to another one-on-one match. And if you are, just do the one-on-one match and get it over with. Maybe do it inside the cell, or just do it. But maybe that's what it is. Maybe they're going to lose their tag title match next week or whenever it is. Then there's going to be a big brawl, and then Foley's going to say, you know what, you two, Hell in a Cell, winner gets a Universal title match, just fucking destroy each other. Quite frankly, I don't care anymore. I've given you chance. I've given you chances after chance. Go fuck yourself. Go do it. That's the dream scenario.
I just don't think they're going to do it.
Oh no, they won't. They won't do that. They won't do that. They won't do that at all.
But I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing the tag belts on Cesaro and Sheamus. I'd be okay with that.
Just maybe, and then you could transition the tag belts from them onto Anderson and Gallows. Maybe, I don't know, because they might go by then. Let's face it, they're going to go by then. We have a backstage interview with TJ Perkins. I'm sorry, I'm going to put this out there. I think TJ Perkins' promos stink.
They're not good. They are not good.
He comes across as this really, nervous little shit, and I don't like it. He's the cruiserweight champion of the world. He won a cruiserweight tournament with 32 of the best from around the world. And he's coming on like, it's one of my, I've been homeless since I was 13. Yes, so have all the wrestlers. I know it's really bad, and I have the cruiserweight title, and I'm very happy that I'm on Monday Night Raw, and it's going to be an honor to fight Brian Kendrick next week. And then Kendrick's like, look, you dick. Brian Kendrick comes in and goes, you know what? Your dream is going to end next week when I end you. Like, Kendrick came out there like a pro and cut a good promo. And then TJ Perkins, like, I don't actually think he's that good. Like, promo-wise, I think he sucks.
No, his promos aren't that good. But it was you that was telling me that he was a fantastic heel in Evolve, so maybe he just needs to turn heel.
Yeah, but he did have a mouthpiece.
Okay.
He did have a mouthpiece. Maybe put a manager with him, because that's awful. He sounds
I think here's what you can do. Here's the idea. Here's your manager for TJ Perkins. Just fucking make it Enzo Amore so that Enzo Amore doesn't have to wrestle anymore.
Oh, dude, I'll take anything that means Enzo Amore doesn't have to wrestle anymore. Fucking hell. I'll do anything. I would do anything. Charlotte and Dana Brooke come out. Charlotte talks about her victory at Clash of Champions. Sasha Banks interrupts and says, basically, Charlotte pinned Bayley, not her, so she wants her one-on-one rematch. Charlotte teases that she'll do it right now. And then obviously, because she's the heel, she say, no, I'm going to do it next week to get some heel heat. I like that, promoting next week. And now people think, okay, I actually want to see that. I want to see them wrestle. They were so close to wrestling. How can I watch it? Oh, okay, we've been told next week. Okay, cool. I'll watch Raw next week, so I want to see it. Understand? I like that. I can see if you didn't like that. Oh, why don't they just give it now? I like that. I do like that. But
when you're in the moment, like watching at home, I'm like, okay, cool, I'll watch next week. But when you're there, like when Daniel Bryan came out this last Tuesday and was like, you've got to wait till next week, the crowd gets pissed. And I can understand that for the crowd. Being home, that doesn't matter so much to me. Yeah,
but I think the way that it was done was that they did it so that it got heel heat on Charlotte, which in essence is a good job. So I think they covered their asses there. As much as we are bashing this show, they did cover their asses there.
Yeah.
We had backstage, we had Seth Rollins. He's walking in the building until Mick Foley stops him. Rollins tells Foley he will get involved in the highlight reel, which I'm guessing was the main event, but you wouldn't have known that by the show. Fucking awful. Foley then tries to prevent him, and Rollins says, is moving. Yet I hear Stephanie's words coming out. That was a magnificent line.
That was really fucking good.
I think Rollins has improved so much on the mic. Like, he's just become the complete package. Like I say, if you build a sports entertainer from the ground up, you get Randy Orton, but it is closely becoming Seth Rollins.
Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely. I wholly agree.
Then we have TJ Perkins, the champ, against Tony Nese. This just really getting TJ Perkins on Raw in front of the audience. Yeah. Crowd was deader than a graveyard.
We full disclosure, me and LK messaged a couple times during the event. If something happens or something irks us or something interests us, I'll send him a message real quick. You'll send me one. So before that, I love TJ Perkins' entrance. I think it's fucking awesome.
Oh, yeah.
That aside, one thing absolutely infuriates me, and I messaged this to LK, and he said he wrote it in his notes, as I was sending in the message. I fucking cannot stand when a crowd chants CM Punk. That infuriates me.
Normally now when they chant CM Punk, the crowd boo as well. Because I remember at the London Rev Pro show we went to, there was CM Punk chants, and it's a big boo, like fuck off. He's not, why chant that?
Yeah.
Why? He's gone now for what, nearly 3 years, or over 3 years now. Why do you still care? Like, get a life. Like how?
You're not coming back. I don't understand the reasoning in chanting CM Punk.
Like in the I'm sitting there, I'm trying to think like them. Like, do they think that if we all chant CM Punk, he's going to come back? No, he's not. Or we're showing Vince that we're taking over. No, you're not. You're not going to gain anything from them apart from look like an imbecile. Yeah. That's all you do. You come across as a real, like, if I'm a fan watching at home and I've never been to a live event before, I'm like, why are they trying to CM Punk? I don't understand this. I don't want to go watch it. I don't like that atmosphere. I don't like what they're doing. And it's just, I don't like it. Like, you would think that us, internet fans here hosting a show would love this. I hate it. It's like the "This is awesome" chant. If the match is so good, I don't want to hear anything. I just want to hear the roar of the crowd so loud, like thumping on their feet. Like in Japan, when you hear a great match, it's like bum, 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 bum. Even Ring of Honor, when they're smashing the barricades and you just hear it, it's electric, the electricity. Like if it's a big fight feel, let's go Cena sucks, or let's go Cena, fight Owens, fight, etc., etc. I want that. I don't want this is awesome. I know it's awesome. I'm watching it. You don't need to tell me that. The commentators can tell me it's awesome. You make noise, cheer for him, boo for him. Simple. That's your job as a fan. If you're like, I'm going to go take over, no. At that show, you actually have a job. And it's to cheer the baby faces and boo the heels. You are part of the show. You are. Do the part of the show that's cheer and boo. I don't understand this. And then there's people in the comments, you can't chant, this is awesome. I don't give a fuck. Okay,
I'll pay my money, I can do whatever you want. Yeah, sure, by all means, if you want to be an asshole. It's
just imagine being a wrestler and this is awesome. It's like, well, like I can't picture the wrestlers liking it. It's like, no, it was like there's and when they do it during like a cruiserweight match, which they've made no noise for the whole entire time, that infuriates me even more. It's like, so you're telling me it's awesome, yet you couldn't have made noise the whole entire time,
and you're gonna chant CM Punk during it. Like, don't fucking try and be cute and then be like, well, I'm actually a fan and this is really good.
He just do it to put themselves over, and I can't stand it. It's like the Full Sail fuckers have gone from here, and now they've slowly taken over the world, step by step.
They really have. The Full Sail crowd is the worst. They are the worst. Man, they get on my nerves.
Killers. I hate them all. Highlight reel with Kevin Owens, okay, isn't it?
The match was pretty good with TJ Perkins and Tony Nese. I think they went out there to show, like, okay, let's show what we can do because we're cruiserweights and they don't know what we are. So for what it was worth, I actually really liked the match.
Yeah, the match was fine. I didn't see nothing wrong with it. Just the crowd ruined it. They ruined it for me. Highlight reel was your main event with Kevin Owens. Jericho is such a great heel promo. Like, he's one of the best of all time on the mic, being a heel. He really is. I love this friend shit as well. Like, I don't normally enjoy this friend shenanigans and bullshit like that, but I actually really like it with Jericho and Owens because they're both so funny and they bounce off each other so well. Owens talks about his victory over Rollins at Clash of Champions. That leads to Rollins come out. He's pissed off. Security and agents stand in his way. Foley also comes out and says, "Get to the back."
What the fuck was the point of Seth Rollins coming out?
To set up the future Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens down the line.
But we already knew that was coming from the backstage segment. Did he need to come out to do that?
I think it was the story of the show was, look, Seth Rollins is going to come out and interfere. Seth Rollins is going to come out and interfere. So Seth Rollins did come out and interfere. So your babyface did stick to his word. He isn't a pussy. He isn't a coward. It's just he did generally. He had like 5 to 10 big people around him, so he just had to.
Fair. I did again. I text or I messaged LK during one part of this. Is like some part of me in the very back of my skull hoped beyond hope that he would like fucking unzip his jacket and it would just be a Bullet Club T-shirt, and then I would have got naked. I just would have fucking naked.
Owens was so funny here, just talking shit as Rollins was walking to the back. That's it, go on, buddy. Rebuild, reclaim, fucking repackage your sofa. Oh, I thought it was really funny. And then I'm thinking, okay, I looked at the time and I'm thinking, okay, let's get this Raw review up early, bitches. Let's get to sleep early. And then I hear the one music I didn't want to hear except for the Usos and the Hype Bros. Enzo and Cass. Enzo and Cass come out. We already seen the best part as they cut their promo. The crowd love it, and then it leads to a Enzo and Cass versus Owens and Jericho match. We all know Enzo and Cass suck in the ring, and you all know it listening right now. Like, I don't like watching them in ring. I think they're great entertainers. I just think they suck in the ring. This match is awful. It was dull. It was boring. It was meaningless.
There was no reason fucking for it. There was no reason for it. And y'all know I'm a Kevin Owens fan. Even if Kevin Owens wasn't the champ here, whoever your champ is deserves so much more than a fucking throwaway tag match that was haphazardly thrown together at the end of the night.
There was no build.
Garbage.
The build was, Jericho said, like, I'll sit on your lap or something. That was the build. That was it.
It was awful. And like, neither one of them were even in the ring gear, which really bothers me.
It did annoy me a little bit, but I was too busy not paying attention to pay attention.
I checked out, man. Like, by that time, I was getting my notes finalized. I stopped paying attention.
I was just trying to stay awake. That was all I was doing. Franielli puts, good evening, guys. Good evening, Franielli. It's been a long time since you've been live.
Good evening.
The Wayne Foster podcast. Could I join in this Raw sucked cock? Again, that's not up to me. That's Koco. If we can, we would invite you. However, I would not like to lose my position here because I gave away the link. Okay, I wish that I could. I wish I could give the link to everyone, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to be a dick. This is not my YouTube account. This is Dave Koco's. He's given me the permission. He's given us the permission, and we're not going to be dicks. I do apologize.
And I know we've told you to get in contact with Koco before, and we'll say that again. But he does have a lot going on in his personal life right now, so do forgive him in that regard.
How about this? Because like you said, Koco's really busy at the minute with life and the book and his 17,429 different jobs. If he has me on Twitter, if he sends me a DM of one of his shows that he's done, because you have to have previous show experience, and at least you have to be over 18. That's just Koco's law. It's just his law. It's generally his law. So if you're not 18 and you're 16, 17, just work on how good you are. Like, I wasn't allowed on Koco's show until I was 18. So I had to wait. And he was like, while you're waiting, just fucking practice. Practice makes perfect. This isn't as easy as it looks. Trust me, we have bad shows. They do happen. And when they go bad, it's embarrassing. Believe me. Oh.
Case in point, where's Rey Mysterio?
Dude, I missed that. Yeah, dude, no, that wasn't a mistake. That was
it was flawless, is what it was. It was pure perfection. But
you would have thought that was pre-scripted because it was magnificent. And if any of you don't know what that is, go back. I think I posted it last weekend. It was it's called KocoSports. Where is Rey Mysterio video? It's one of the funniest things you'll see today.
I was in the video and I made myself laugh.
I watch it. I laughed when I watched it. I was in it too. It was brilliant. He puts, what's worse, the July 4th Raw or tonight? I can't actually remember the July 4th.
I guess.
It must be pretty bad if I don't remember it. Oh, yeah. That was the one with the shitty 13-man tag, wasn't it?
Oh, that was like the Canada versus US one?
Oh, dude. That was bad. Yeah, that was worse than this. That was worse than this.
Way worse than this.
Franielli was alternating between Raw and the debate. At the end of the night, I didn't pay much attention to either of them. You're probably better off.
They're both making it dumber.
I feel a bit nostalgia due to absence of Dave and Booms. I got so used to them. Koco did talk. I had a call with Koco earlier on this afternoon / morning, and he did say that, in a couple months' time he might be able to come back. Just obviously waiting for certain stuff to get through and not. So be on the lookout. Still stay subscribed, and he will come back eventually. What will you do if next week it's the New Day versus the Club for the 250th time? It won't, isn't it? Go on. That's what he'll do.
Yeah, that's all I'm gonna do and I love the fucking Bullet Club. It's the fucking Bullet Club. Hang me, fucking shoot me in the face. Oh, it's the club. It's the fucking Bullet Club. I love Bullet Club. And they're making me uninterested. Because mainly, I'm more uninterested in the New Day than I am uninterested in them.
Yeah, I mean, I have no problem with it. I just think that they won't do that. Even they won't do that. He's tried to. Then they're having their Franielli and the Wayne Forster are having a conversation. Dude, if you want to get in dude, just send me your email or whatever, and I'll have a look, and then I'll talk to Dave about it.
I'm totally not flexing, by the way. My shoulder's still really messed up, and I'm trying to.
Oh, you were lucky then. When we were flicking back and forth, accidentally left the mouse cursor stayed on mine, so they wouldn't have seen it. Unlucky for you. He puts. If you would have told me in 2014 that in 2 years SmackDown would be better than Raw, I would have laughed at you. That's a great point. Like SmackDown is miles ahead better than Raw. Like I can't stand this 3 hours of shit every week. Whereas SmackDown tomorrow, the way I see it now is that the pay-per-view's done, Raw's done. I can now enjoy my week. That's the way I'm going to be seeing this. I'm sad I switched to TNT during Raw. You know why? I'm 21. I haven't reviewed Raw since 32.
You mean 41? Your math is confusing.
It's sad I switched to TNT during Raw. You saw why. By the way, I'm 21 and haven't reviewed Raw since 32. Confusing. We're
not sure what you mean by that one, boss.
Yeah, just literally, Koco, Booms is my main man. We do the Wednesday and Thursday show with Sammy. Me and Sammy run the day-to-day kind of thing, make sure there's something uploaded every single day at least. And Koco's the big boss. It's just like a food chain. It's Dave Koco's the big boss, and then there's us three, the staff members. Like, we're his bitches. If he says, suck my cock, we open our mouths and he inserts it.
Crying is allowed.
Yeah, so you can send it to either myself, or if you contact with Sammy or contact with Boom, just send it. I'll give it a watch. And then I'll talk to Dave about it during message, or Sammy, whoever. Just so if you really want to be on the show that badly, and that's for anyone listening, make sure you have previous experience of doing it. Don't think that we all just went with Koco. It wasn't. It was we had to work and work. Like Wrestling Ranted does. He still does his stuff. He works and works, and then he gets to go on KocoSports. Like the same with everyone. Also, make sure you're...
And me and OK really take this serious. I don't know. I mean, I'm speaking for myself, and I'll partially speak for him. I take this super serious. I know we get on here and we goof around, but I really treat this like my second job because I like it that much, and I want it to succeed that much. So it's not just a couple guys getting in here and like, oh, let's go get on YouTube. Like, I really treat this super serious.
And you think that this is a joke. Koco phones me up to have meetings. Sammy, we always text saying, hey, look, what's the plan for today? Like, first thing I wake up is boom. He's 6 a.m. I'm 1 p.m. when I wake up. It's what are we doing today? What are we going to do? We can't do this. Sorry. Can you cover? It's like last night. I'm falling asleep. Can you cover the Clash of Champions review? It's all sorted. Like, you may think, oh, it's just a shitty YouTube channel, but you know, we do take this very seriously. Some people think that's sad. I don't really give a fuck. You know,
they can eat a dick.
Yeah, they can fucking... They'll be the one fucking kissing our asses one day, Sammy. They'll be the one kissing our asses. But with that comment time, hope you enjoyed comment time. Remember, that's loosey goosey.
It always gets weird comment time.
Always does, doesn't it? Like, comment, subscribe, KocoSports.net. From myself, from Sammy. Sammy.
How dare thee, good sir?
Stay safe, stay well, and we'll be catching your asses down the